rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Rants and Raves. I'm Steph Beckett, your host, and this is our pre-InfoComm 2026 series in which we tell you about some sessions you should check out at the show, as well as some of the booths and technologies you should check out at the show. Joining me is Brian Chen from e-Ink. Welcome.
Hi, Steph. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course. For those who are watching or listening, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Sure. My name is Brian Chan. I work for e-Ink Corporation. We are the leading e-paper supplier in the industry. I have the responsibility of managing our U.S. business operations, which includes sales and marketing, business development, and applications engineering. And we're really excited to be at InfoComm this year.
Awesome. Well, e-Ink is really cool. So first of all, I think that when people hear e-Ink, they obviously think of e-paper, and with e-paper, they think of their e-readers, which of course, that's where they first popularized. But e-Ink has made a much bigger push into large format commercial over the past few years. So I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about what's driving that expansion.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So e-Ink, if people are not familiar with the company, we're probably best known for being the technology behind your e-readers, such as the Kindle display. So these are paper book sized displays. And traditionally, e-Ink has been known for being a black and white technology. And I think this, Steph, is the reason why we're seeing a much bigger demand today for demand in the commercial space is the introduction of color. So we're all in on color. Most of our research and development and product development is around color technology today. And if you go to our information page on our website, you'll see that we have more than one color technology. And to walk through a little bit of history of e-Ink color, way back in the day, we started off with a technology we called Triton, and that was color e-paper, but it was a little bit muted and the resolution was a little bit low. So it didn't have the same pop or the crisp feel as our black and white displays. Fast forward to 2026 and we have video colors such as Kaleido. We have very, very vibrant color for indoor retail called Spectra 6. We have very fast color for consumer electronic devices called Gallery. And all of these will be on display at InfoComm. So I think because we have such a rich product lineup in our color technology space, more companies are reaching out to us to learn more about what the offerings are and how everything works.
I'm interested if you could talk a little bit about that evolution of color, because I remember it being a huge thing when e-paper displays had more than 3 colors. Like that's where we were at like 3 to 5 years ago. And now to have so many options for full color, I think is very, very cool. And obviously our entire industry is very interested in that. So I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. So only a few years ago, we had 3 colors, and then we had a technology that most people insiders would call it our 4-color technology. And in fact, that one still exists and it's very popular in the retail space. It's black and white plus red and yellow. And those are used for pricing information, for promotions. And that's our mainstream for the retail. And then, very fortuitously, and we have brilliant scientists, we've really accelerated our color advancements. So we have this color particle technology, and we have many different color architectures, from subtractive color to additive color. And I like to kind of describe it as color that you might see in an inkjet printer versus color that you might see in your oil paints. And we have the ability to actually functionalize and add the ability for these types of particles to move around in our system. And as we're learning throughout the years, we're adding more primary colors. So it started out with 4, then it's 6. Our gallery is moving to 32 colors, and you'll see a lot more primary colors coming up. I mean, talking hundreds or thousands. And all of this technology still has the look and feel of printed ink on a page. It still has the same low power benefits where, once you set it, it never will fade. So all of the familiarity with the black and white e-ink also applies to our color technologies.
Another kind of misconception that I have heard in the e-paper market is you can't get it to be very large. And one of your recent developments is this large format, I think 75-inch Spectra 6 signage, right? So how significant is that milestone for the digital signage market?
Oh, it is a big accomplishment for our teams, both in the US and also in Asia. And I'll kind of walk through the history of that. And it is pretty amazing. I remember the days when a 75-inch LCD display at a trade show would be the star of the show. It wasn't that long ago. And now 75-inch displays are everywhere, and you're looking at 100 inches or these entire, floor to ceiling video walls. So in general, the display technology world has made huge advancements, but that's not to say that it's a commodity or that it's easy to do. It's actually quite a challenge. So we are leveraging a lot of the know-how of the display industry on how to do larger size. So there's that component of it where you can now get a pretty affordable television set or industrial signage for quick service restaurants in very large sizes, right? 75 or 86 inches. So that we had to develop in-house because it's very special and custom for e-paper displays. And then on the material side, on the ink side, the way that we make our inks, the way that we make our particles, it's deposited in a printing process. Maybe people don't know that, but it's very similar to how printers will operate. And we'll lay down the inks on this really wide sheet that then gets laminated to call it your TV-like glass. And ink coats at over 1 meter wide today, and we're going even wider. In the print industry, they can do 3 meter wide. So there's still a lot of room to grow. So both of those technologies, the kind of the display technology on the electronic side had to develop for a large area. And then on the e-ink side, we had to have the capability to just do these massively wide coaters to deposit our inks down with very few defects, high yield and consistency. So those two had to kind of work together to create this 75-inch. But now that we have it, we're getting really positive industry feedback. There's a lot of demand for it right now for all types. And you mentioned the 75-inch Spectra 6, but we have 75-inch Kaleido. We could do 75-inch black and white, and then we have other technologies, other color technologies that may go into the 75-inch form factor as well.
Very cool. And you also mentioned power consumption a little bit earlier. So obviously sustainability and power consumption, they're a pretty big topic in our industry right now. How much are you seeing organizations now actually prioritizing low power display technologies when they are designing their digital signage deployments?
Yeah, this is probably the number one reason why people and companies reach out to e-ink for digital signage. We are so low power that our displays can operate indefinitely on battery power that's recharged simply by a small solar panel. So we pretty much unequivocally are the lowest power display technology out there. So low, in fact, that you never need to plug it in. And from an ease of deployment, from a permitting perspective, from a maintenance perspective, total cost of ownership, right? This because the energy consumption while you're operating the display is very, very low. All of those are the reasons why companies are looking at e-ink. We can go in places that are very difficult to go into. Say you want to have a sign on a brick wall, and you don't want to ruin the look of your wall because Either you have to do something behind the wall and run power behind the bricks, or you have to run conduit, and that's probably not an option for many of the retailers or many of the companies that want to deploy, or at a simple bus stop shelter in the suburbs. A lot of those bus stops today will not have power running to them. Maybe in metropolitan areas, we're used to seeing, these bus shelters with fancy lights and LCD screens, or direct view LED. But in the burbs, many of the bus stops are just a bench and a pole. And how do you want to update the timetables? That's very difficult. It's not worth trenching, high voltage lines and running electrical and pulling all those permits. But with e-ink and e-paper display technology, it's a display, solar panel, small, very low power wireless communication, and you can deploy these anywhere. They could be ubiquitous.
Absolutely. And so as people are walking the halls at InfoComm in Vegas in just a few weeks, what is one reason that you would give these attendees to come and find e-ink and take a look at everything that you guys have to offer?
Yeah, if you want to see some of the coolest and largest and most colorful e-paper displays, come check out the e-ink booth. It is a very wow design. People are amazed. The nice thing about e-ink technology is that it feels magical. You don't expect something that looks like our technology to actually be digital. So oftentimes you'll be standing next to one of our 75-inch panels, and all of a sudden it switches, and people will say to me, I thought that was a printed poster, right? So it's really magical to see. And if you've never seen it before, definitely come by our booth and check it out, because it is amazing.
Awesome. Well, where can people find you guys on the show floor? And Brian, where can they find more about e-ink or contact you even?
Yeah, you can learn more about e-ink at our website at eink.com. And at InfoComm, we're at booth C9815. So definitely come by and check us out.
Awesome. Well, Brian, thank you so much for being on this episode of Rants and Raves, and I look forward to seeing you in Vegas in just a few weeks.
I'm looking forward to, and thank you again, Steph, for having us on. Thank you.
Wonderful. And everyone, this has been another episode of Rants and Raves. I'm Steph Beckett. Don't forget to check out ravepubs/InfoComm for all your InfoComm news, and we will see you next time. Bye.
rAVe Radio.